Yes, what's going on, people? We are back for another video. You know the thing already. Thank you to everybody that's watching. And today, Manchester United versus Ipswich preview. And it feels like we haven't had a home game in quite a while. Our last home game in the Premier League was against Crystal Palace a couple of weeks ago, which was a shambles. Since then, we've played in the FA Cup, had away games as well. So, yeah, our home record this year has been shambolic. You know, we've only beaten Southampton, which we didn't deserve to win, for 70, 80 minutes in that game. Like, Southampton were playing us off the park and we were poor. And we're coming up against Ipswich. This is a game we're supposed to win, a game we must win, but with the season that we're having, the way we're playing, I don't think anyone's that confident about this game. Ipswich, for where they are in the table, I think they're 18th, I believe. They're still a good team. My guy Kieran McKenna, large up Kieran McKenna. Like, I believe one day he should be Manchester United manager. Like, what he's doing at Ipswich, for me, like back-to-back promotions, he's got Ipswich playing amazing football, but they don't have the quality. I watch their games and they're vulnerable at the back. They're too open, and maybe it's down to lack of quality. And I do believe that probably next season McKenna will get a bigger job. He's a top manager and a coach, and he's got Ipswich playing good football. I've watched him like play Liverpool off the park in the first half. I watched that game, and for the first half, I felt like Ipswich were all over Liverpool. Like, they made their lives hard. They played us off the park. We were probably fortunate to get a draw. Looking back, we should have lost that game. Onana made some saves. They beat Chelsea at home. They beat Tottenham away. So this Ipswich team ain't a joke. Like, in the Premier League, especially this season, like, no game is guaranteed. None at all. Like, even Southampton, they're bottom of the table, but they can play. Like, I've seen them cause teams problems, like, especially against us. So we can't take any game for granted. And Ipswich, they're fighting for relegation, but at the same time, they've got nothing to lose because everyone probably expects them to go down. So they're gonna come with confidence, like, yo, we're going down anyways. Let's go and play. Yeah, it's not gonna be as easy of a game as people think. McKenna returns to Old Trafford. He was assistant manager under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting game. And obviously the Everton game we got the draw, good fight back, but overall it just was not good enough. For 70 minutes before the free kick, we was not in that game. Like, Everton were all over us, and they probably should have got a third goal. They didn't take their chances. We rolled our luck. And I've said this time and time again. You cannot rely on luck in football. Luck runs out. And who knows? We could lose to Ipswich. After Ipswich, we've got Arsenal. So we need to step it up, man. Like, seriously. Like, how long are we going to get away with these bad performances? And this is a massive week for Ruben Amorim. I lost it with him in the last game. It wasn't all his fault. The players were to blame as well. But at the end of the day, he picks the team. And my main frustration with him is I feel like the players are not on his side. Like, body language is very telling. Like, I see the players and they don't look like they enjoy playing under this manager. And in the second half, we never drew that game because of tactics or the manager, like, pulled something out of the hat. The players said, yo, fuck this. We need to get a result. So Yeah, my only concern about Amorim is like I don't feel like the players are buying into his philosophy. And if that's the case, then you can't succeed as a manager. So this is a massive week. You know, we've got Ipswich in the league, Fulham in the FA Cup. These two games are massive for Amorim. You know, if we don't beat Ipswich, oh my God, at home, I think is over for him. And then after that, we've got Fulham. You know, we've beaten Fulham 2 times this season, luckily. So they're gonna want their revenge. And they've had good performances against us, you know, in the last couple of games, and we've been fortunate again, like to beat them. They beat us at home last season, so they're gonna want to win this game. So it's a massive week, man. Like we have to get results. I don't know which game is bigger, but for me, these next 2 games, like if Amorim wants to keep his job, he has to try and get a result because now it's that time of the season where it's all about the results. You know, if you can't beat Ipswich at home, a team that's likely to get relegated, then I don't know. I don't see any Man United fan defending him. And I don't know what team we're going to put out. You know, Amorim tried the Casemiro and Ugarte midfield against Everton. Didn't really work. Is he going to go for it again against Ipswich? I don't know. He might put Bruno back in there. Might start Garnacho. He might start Chido because Højlund, I haven't spoken about him enough because that just shows how bad he is. 16 games without a goal. 70 million. Mate. So I wouldn't be surprised if I see Chido start. You know, he's still very raw. He doesn't look ready, but if he starts in this game, like, who knows what he could do. So massive, massive, massive week for Ruben Amorim. Like, we have to win this game against Ipswich. But by the way we're playing, the season we're having, it doesn't look like an easy game. You know, in the Premier League under Amorim, I can only remember one dominant performance, and that was against Everton in 14 games. Yeah, man, it's not good. So yeah, massive game against Ipswich. The fact that we're talking about this game being massive, a game against a relegation team, just tells you everything about Manchester United right now. Ipswich is a big game. Like, we're treating this game like it's a final. If we don't beat Ipswich and West Ham win their next game, we're going to be 16th. And then Wolves are 8 points behind us. If they win their next game, it's going to be 5 points. So all of a sudden, we're in a relegation battle. So yeah, it's mad right now, man. But we just have to get results, man. But yeah, like I said, massive week for Ruben Amorim. He needs to get results for his future. And yeah, let's see what happens. Thank you to everybody that's watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you on the match reaction. Hopefully, I'll be happy. Love.